Hi, welcome to another video with North Node of the Moon in Astrology series. In this video, I will be specifically talking about North Node in Taurus, South Node in Scorpio. So before I get started, I strongly recommend you guys to watch my introduction video, North Node of the Moon, because I have a little bit different perspective on North Node, South Node of the Moon compared to other astrologers. And I will also get into a deeper philosophical meaning of where this North Node, South Node concept came from, how the modern astrologers and the Asian astrologers look at it from a different angle. So I want you guys to have a deeper understanding of this placement instead of, yes, South Node, something like it's your karma, North Node, a direction you need to go, like it's more than that. And another thing is I will only be talking about the zodiac sign of the North Node, South Node, so I will not get into the house placement, but just know that the house placement of your nodal axis is also very important. Let's say you have Taurus North Node in 8th house of Scorpio. That means you'll be working on both Scorpionic lessons and the Taurus lessons at the same time. So you're not totally abandoning like Scorpio lessons, you're just integrating them, finding that balance. And let's say you have Taurus North Node in 10th house, it might show up more the area of your life, which is the career or social status or social image. So it might require you to have a Taurus-like career where you need to have a stability and a security in your job and make a name for yourself instead of being Scorpion where you're in the background or you're under someone else influence of someone else's power. All right. Last thing is the aspects of North Node and South Node. So nothing on your chart stands on its own, like everything is connected and work with each other. So if there are aspects to your North Node, let's say a bunch of planets conjunct with your North Node or oppositing your North Node, or a bunch of planets in a South Node, so it plays out differently. So not everything I say in this video is gonna resonate with you because of those aspects. Let's say you have tons of planets conjuncting North Node, your soul probably really have a strong desire to focus on this area of your life in this lifetime. If you have a lot of planets in South Node, you came in with like strong karma, and like your soul have a strong desire to solve those issues or work on those karma from the get-go. So if you want to have, I know it sounds complicated, but if you want to have more integrated or holistic understanding of your entire birth chart, I do personal reading. I will leave the information down below. You can contact me anytime. Also, my introduction video link also gonna be in the description. I forgot to say that. All right, let's get started. I'll start with the nodal axis of Taurus and a Scorpio, and then we get into how it manifests in your life. So Taurus and Scorpio, from evolutionary astrology perspective, like each zodiac sign is the progression of the sign before. So Taurus is the progressed sign of Aries, and Scorpio is a progressed sign of Libra. So from more spiritual perspective, Aries represents our soul coming down to this physical realm in a physical body to experience this physical world and achieve or fulfill its desires until it exhausts its desire and then it rejoins the source itself. So Aries represent that initiation and the beginning, and from there it progressed into Taurus, where Taurus is the agent of sustaining, helping our physical body survive in this physical world so our soul can have physical experience. So Taurus correlates with anything earthy, materialistic, the physical, anything we can use our five sense to feel, touch, see, or hear. It kind of correlates with like science only acknowledge things that can be experienced by your five sense. If you cannot experience by those, like it doesn't exist. That's how it works. But Scorpio is more like it transcends all the five senses. It goes deep. It goes to the other realm, like unseen realms. So Scorpio correlates with those occult knowledge or secrets or even spirituality. All right, and another thing with Taurus, since it represents our physical needs, meeting our survival needs, it's all about the materialistic things, food, clothes, our resources in the modern age. Could be money, could be Wi-Fi. We need Wi-Fi to survive those days. I'm not gonna get too deep into the stereotype of its sign. Let's move on a little bit faster. So now you kind of have an understanding of where the Taurus came from. It's the progression of Aries, which it needs to survive in this physical world to have experience. And Scorpio is the progression of Libra. Libra is the first sign where we interact with others, coexist with others. It's the cooperation, how we learn to coexist, work with each other to survive. So because it's not, we don't live by ourselves. We live in a society where we interact with others on a daily basis. Either it's family, coworkers, siblings, whatever. And Scorpio, since it's a progression of Libra, it's more, goes a little bit deeper than Libra. Libra is more like surface level of relationships, but Scorpio is more deeper. It's like the merging with another person. So the relationship in Scorpio is not just the simple relationship. It's more like maybe it's our partner. It could even include our family because we have more deeper relationship with our family, siblings, anyone we can share our vulnerability and the secrets. So that's how like Scorpio represents all shared resources, because when we merge with others, we might share our resources together, and also keeping secrets because not everyone willing to share everything with everybody, only with people that we feel comfortable with. And it also gets into this power dynamic or power struggles, because another thing Scorpio correlates is the confrontation of our limitations or our shadow sides. Either we confront with ourselves or we confront with others. When we know someone deep level, we kind of compare ourselves, and then we get into the psychological game or power struggles. So that's another thing represented by Scorpio. So what does it mean having your North Node in Taurus, South Node in Scorpio? If we put in a couple simple sentence, I will get into deeper what it means, but let me just summarize it really quick. So having South Node in Scorpio, North Node in Taurus, you probably tend to have drawn to dramatic, complicated life, and your Taurus node pulls you towards to live a simpler life, more independent life. And your Scorpio South node wants to codepend with others. Either others depend on you or you depend on others. But Taurus wants you to be independent and depend on yourself and be the source to meet your needs for yourself. And the third thing is power struggles. Scorpio, you constantly gonna struggle. There's a power dynamic. You have to do certain things. You're in a position that you're powerless, so you have to do things you don't want to, or you're in a position of power, that you make others do things they don't want to. So there's always this power dynamic is going on. But with Taurus, you need to stay grounded and rely on yourself and stay out of other people's business. Have a simple life. I'm kind of repeating myself. So those are the like three typical dynamic of Scorpio South Node and Taurus North Node. And you might relate a lot with the Scorpio South Node because we don't really acknowledge or live up to our North Node until our Saturn return. Saturn is the planet that really teaches us the lessons that we really need. It doesn't give us what we want, but it gives us what we need. So when you experience your Saturn return around 28 to 30 years old, you just have this knowledge comes out of nowhere. It might not even told by others. You just come across that like, oh, I think I need to go direction of my North Node. I need to stay away from this kind of lifestyle. That's when that wisdom or knowledge kind of comes to surface, and you will live more intentional or conscious life after that. So don't be hard on yourself. If you're still living your South Node, you still have a lot of drama in your life and complicated things going on. It's totally fine. I think we still got a lot of time to work on our North Node. And another thing is, like, before I get into like the spiritual side of North Node, South Node, one thing, like my teacher, when he was reading others' chart, he constantly keep mentioning Scorpio South Node people died from unexpected death. And then everyone who heard the reading kind of resonated with it. So I'm not sure if you guys gonna resonate or not. So what it means is Scorpio also correlates with the death and rebirth. So you might have died your previous life really unexpectedly or young age. So you were not ready to die and just happened so quick. It could been natural disaster took your life, or a certain disease, or even maybe you've been killed, or you've been sent to death sentence, or you've been in an accident. So it could be a lot of situations. So you guys come in with a lot of anxiety and irrational fear of certain things. You might have nightmares of your that death experience because you were not ready. Let's say you died in water. You might have irrational fear of water, or you might be killed by someone in uniform or police. So in this lifetime, whenever you see people in uniform or you see the police, you just have irrational fear. Your anxiety starts kicking in, your heart rate speeds. So let me know in the comment section if you have any source of irrational fear about anything, or did you have nightmares when you're a little kid? Because like when you're born, we already start living our karma. We're not blank paper that ready to be written anything. We already have written stuff. So it feels like a lot of things unfair in life. Some of us born in a nice family, good parents, some of us born with disability, or born into abusive family, or born in poverty, like all kind of situation where we feel like it's so unfair. Like, why? It's because of the karma we're talking about. Karma, it's not like the traditional sense of someone writing down good or bad things you're doing. It's more of just action and reaction, because from spiritual perspective, the source, the creator, it doesn't really judge its creation. It just like, but it has a law that this physical world that follows or runs, which is the physical world. This physical world we're living follows the rule of karma, where every action we take creates this chain reaction. So when we're born as a babies, we're already living all the decisions or actions we made our previous life. So from that sense, maybe life is a bit fair. But I'm not gonna get into that. It kind of helps you to accept whatever is happening in your life, because we suffer when we think this should not happen to me. Why this happened to me? And another misconception in astrology is like, I have a lot of Scorpio planets or Scorpio energy in my chart, so I go through this drama, intensity. But to be honest, like the planets and all the signs are it's like the label or the letters that the message that represents is just describing who you already are. So it's not because you have a lot of Scorpio planets or Scorpio South Node, you have to go through all the drama or power struggles and dynamics. It's not that. It's because you made a lot of decisions that kind of correlates with Scorpionic energy. That's why you have a Scorpio energy or South Node in your chart. So it's the other way around. It's like on your driver license, if it says female, doesn't mean it's because it says female, that's why you're female. It's because you're female, that's why it puts on a female. I don't know if that makes sense or not. But anyways, before we stuck in this dynamic, I just want to end it with a couple suggestions. Like I said at the beginning, try to live a simpler life. Stay out of other people's drama, even like it's drawn to you. You feel like, why this things, people around me so dramatic, the situation are so dramatic, but kind of retreat into yourself, that just stay out of it, focus on yourself, focus on your emotional well-being, and focus on your physical well-being, because your soul is so overstimulated and past your previous life. Like there was so much intensity and so much energy going through that you literally exhaust yourself. So having your Taurus in North Node, it's time to take a break, slow things down, live a simpler life, so you're not so overwhelmed in this lifetime. And another thing is definitely have financial independency, have some sort of savings, so you're not at the mercy of someone else. If you're living paycheck to paycheck, if something accidental happens, then you might have to compromise your freedom, you might have to compromise certain things. You have to do something that is not true to yourself. So definitely have an emergency fund, something reliable to keep you safe. So even something unexpected happen, you're not falling to the trap of doing things not good for you. And the next thing, like the power struggle. So like the real power really comes from knowing who we are and stay true to ourselves. So it doesn't come from manipulating others. It doesn't come from playing the psychological game or being dominant. It really comes from, if you have a peace of mind in your heart, it can affect your environment and the people around you. So it calms down that too. Because most of the time we think the external situation, people are forming or affecting our life, but it's mostly because how we are internally affecting the outside world. So if you're attracting people that you don't want them in your life, it's probably you're doing something, something in you attracting them. So when you change yourself, when you cultivate that independency and eternal peace, the external situation will definitely naturally will change. And for you guys, like I think I mentioned, like farming, like planting something, having an animal, or just stay in touch with the nature, take a trip, hiking, or go to forest. When you take a vacation, don't go to New York or what is it, or beach. Go to forest, in a cabin, back to the basics, and keep your life simple. It will do wonders for you guys. And the last but not least, the spiritual lesson is, from more Asian astrology perspective, our desires and attachments to this physical world cause our incarnation. So whenever we exhaust all our desires, or we let go our attachments, that's when we go home, merge with the source or the creator. So until we do that, like, we always feel like something is missing. So in Asian astrology, our North Node, South Node was more of our desires or attachment to this physical world. In that sense, just achieving your North Node is not going to make you happy. What really makes you happy is connecting to your true nature. You're still gonna, work on your North Node, but with the intention of the spiritual knowledge, where knowing that you're eternal being and you're here for temporarily, and your true nature is love. You are made of love. So the whole incarnation is working on, like, turning fear into love. And we're not gonna get it so easily, because we are full of judgments, guilt, and all shame, all kind of feelings. So to have that unconditional love for ourselves, for everyone around us, it's not going to be easy. That's why we incarnate like a million, even trillion times to just learn that one simple lesson. So if you have that, the ultimate truth, I believe that truth sets us free. So if you know that truth and then you live by that truth, that just try to have love for yourself, take care of yourself, and have the same love for others, and you take action from that angle, your karma will dissolve naturally. That would be my ultimate suggestion for you guys. But I'm not going to say take my word for it. Definitely do listen to your heart, follow your own inner guidance. This is what I got for you guys. Sorry, I rambled a little bit too much today. If you resonate with my content, don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment if you resonate any of the content. And I'll talk to you guys in my next video.